Hey everyone, my name is RT Custer. I run Vortic Watch Company. We salvage and restore antique American pocket watches. And you can catch me on the Jesse T Show.
RT Custer, welcome to the Jesse T Show, brother.
Thank you so much, Jesse.
Yeah, brother, it's a pleasure to have you here, man. We had such a great first conversation and all the things that you've experienced and some insurmountable odds that you were able to overcome and be able to show up for people in your company and in the world. And so share with us some insights as to who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so I run Vortic Watch Company, which is a company here in Fort Collins, Colorado. Basically, we salvage and restore antique American pocket watches and turn them into one-of-a-kind wristwatches. And my business partner Tyler and I started that company back. We had the idea in college at Penn State, and then we launched on Kickstarter in 2014. So I like to call it my cornerstone company. I don't know if you're a Westworld fan, but that's it's really kind of what I've built most of my career and life and story on. It's since college is Vortic Watch Company. And I'm an entrepreneur, right? I have a bunch of other things going on. I have an ad agency. I invented this crazy thing called the social stick during the pandemic. And I do a podcast I'm actually like in the studio for where we do a video podcast called Products Worth Talking About. Bottom line, Jesse, I'm a physical product guy. If you can hold it in your hands and sell it on the internet, I want to learn all about it. I just love that stuff.
Lots to unpack there, brother. I want to know what the social stick is. What is a social stick?
It's a 6-foot stick used to correctly measure social distancing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
obviously came about for the pandemic, but what tell me all about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Long story short, I was like right when the pandemic was starting, early 2020, everyone was arguing about social distancing, and like people like basically on our next door, people were saying like, hey, it's not okay. Even if you're in each other's yards, like you're still not 6 feet from each other. There's just a fence between you. And I saw that and I was just like, someone said like, well, how am I, like they jokingly said, how am I supposed to measure 6 feet? I'm not going to walk around with a tape measure. And I went down this rabbit hole of like, that's an interesting concept. Like there's really nothing besides a tape measure that we could use to measure social distancing if we had to. And so I Googled it. I went down this rabbit hole of Amazon and Alibaba, and I found a flagpole that's like used for parades and stuff. And it collapses like almost like a fishing rod or an antenna. And so it's only 11 inches long, but it extends to exactly 6 feet. I found a product that was about 5 feet long, and I just emailed the supplier in China and I said, hey, can you make this exactly 6 feet? And they were like, why? And I was like, social distancing, I don't know. And originally I thought it was going to be a novelty product. And that's right in the beginning of the pandemic. Nobody knew what it was going to turn into. Nobody knew it was going to be still a thing now. And so we like, my friends and I just built this little company out of like, all right, let's sell 6-foot sticks. And it turned into this awesome like case study and learning experience where we had to figure out everything from sourcing from China. It's the first time I've done that myself, to creating Facebook ads for a project that was fairly sensitive, because you don't want to offend anyone. But it ended up being really cool because we sold thousands of these things to teachers, people, restaurateurs. They had to lay out their restaurants and all the tables had to be 6 feet from each other. Industrial like warehouse businesses where they had to put the stickers on the floor between workstations. I mean, there was actually a literal use for it because it was lighter and cheaper than a tape measure, and it was exactly 6 feet. So it was just physically easier to use. And so, yeah, we've sold, I mean, we're probably nearing 10,000 units of the social stick at about 15 to 20 bucks a piece. And so, yeah, like it was my pandemic product idea, I guess.
Do you have one near you?
Yeah, actually, pause for 1 second. I can you probably still hear me.
We have loud and clear.
Yeah, we have a couple thousand of them left. Hopefully it's just a novelty at this point, but this is what it looks like. Socialstickusa.com. We sold most of them on Amazon. I had to put this first time I've had to get product liability insurance for something because I mean, it kind of looks like a baton. It's aluminum. It's not gonna hurt anyone, but but we have this warning sticker on it. It says it's not for kids. It's only for measurement purposes, right? But it's like an antenna. So, I'm about 6 feet from the wall. There you go. And it's exactly 6 feet long, and it weighs 3.5 ounces. And so we actually sold a bunch to nursing homes too,
Yeah.
because they wanted to make sure that, it was, everything was 6 feet from each other, and it was actually fairly easy to use and light. So yeah, it was fascinating, a great learning experience. We did all kinds of different things to market it. We shipped one to every governor of every state to say like, hey, do you want to buy these for your state or for your state buildings and stuff? And we actually have, I think, what do we have, like 4 or 5 letters from governors saying thank you. So we framed all those. I mean, it was just this crazy idea, and a lot of people made fun of me first for it. I wouldn't say it paid for itself, from a profitability standpoint. I mean, we did make profit on the product, but it definitely paid for itself in terms of just the learning experience.
Yeah.
And I like to say it's like another chapter in the book.
It's a great experience. So, it's something that you felt called to do, and for whatever reason, whether it was kind of like in play, or if it was serious, but either way, you made it happen. So have you ever seen anyone send you like video, or have you seen anyone actually using these locally? Have you ever seen just someone using it in real time?
We early in the pandemic, when people were like getting in full suits to go to the grocery store, we saw people using it. There was like, there was people that sent us videos of using it, and we posted a few on our Instagram. But I've been trying to turn it into a novelty and like make it like the pet rock of 2020, because
Yeah.
people are still talking about masks and other things, but nobody's really talking about social distancing anymore. So it's kind of a hopefully a thing of the past in some ways. And so I feel like this product can just fade off into the sunset, and hopefully we never need it again. And I can just make it a novelty, and it's just a thing that doesn't exist anymore.
It's a cool experience to have,
But
though. Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, every time I try to make it a novelty, things don't get better. So I also don't want to offend anyone. So we'll continue to use it for social distancing and measuring 6 feet.
No, it's all good, brother. So talk to me about Vortec watches. Like, talk to me about the journey and some of the highs and lows you've experienced there, because I know we went into some really amazing conversation of some of the things that you witnessed and had to endure during that process of building out this mission oriented based company.